A deep understanding and accurate grasp of the 5 important characteristics of Chinese path to modernization is of great significance for us to remember our original intention, strengthen the for self-confidence, and better promote national rejuvenation with Chinese path to modernization. Chinese path to modernization is a modernization with a huge population. This primary characteristic is reflected in the national conditions of a large country with a population of over 1.4 billion, which exceeds the total size of existing developed countries, and has entered a modern society as a whole. When the People's Republic of China was founded, the large population once became a burden, restricting development. Under the strong leadership of the CPC, the quality of China's population continued to improve. The burden of population soon became wealth, and the country with large population became a country with large human resources. The CPC leads the people to explore their own development paths and promotion methods based on their own national conditions. A large population indeed requires greater efforts to overcome more difficulties. Successful promotion will certainly have a broader worldwide impact, and can contribute Chinese wisdom and Chinese programs to the realization of modern society in more developing countries. Chinese path to modernization is the modernization of common prosperity for all people. The common prosperity of all people is the inherent requirement of socialism and an important feature of Chinese path to modernization. This feature is different from the modernization of Western countries. The common prosperity of all people is for the whole society, and the subject of common prosperity is the whole people as a community. In terms of the scope of prosperity, common prosperity is not the prosperity of a few people, a certain region, or a certain interest group, but the overall prosperity of the Chinese people, that is, the prosperity of the whole nation. Promote the overall development of a common prosperity society with Chinese characteristics. Realizing common prosperity for all the people is the unwavering goal of our party's struggle. Always prioritize the interests of the people, adhere to the principle of relying on the people for development, expand the cake, and ensure that the fruits of reform and development benefit all the people more fairly and fairly. Divide the cake well and continuously move towards the path of achieving common prosperity for all the people. Chinese path to modernization is a kind of modernization in which material civilization and spiritual civilization are coordinated. To comprehensively promote the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation with Chinese path to modernization, the beautiful life that people aspire to is not only the material life of having enough food and clothing in the granary, but also the spiritual life of knowing the honor and disgrace on the etiquette day. To provide a strong material foundation and a good spiritual steering wheel for the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, so that the Chinese nation can take the road of Chinese path to modernization with confidence. Chinese path to modernization is a kind of modernization in which man and nature coexist harmoniously. A good ecological environment is the most equitable public good and the most inclusive welfare for people's livelihoods. Chinese path to modernization is the organic unity of development and protection, utilization and restoration, the integration of ecological civilization construction into the 5-in-1 overall layout, the joint efforts of the world to build a beautiful home on the earth with good ecology, the protection and improvement of the ecological environment, and the people's demand for a beautiful ecological environment. Chinese path to modernization is a modernization that follows the path of peaceful development. In order to achieve the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation and build a community with a shared future for mankind, our party and people are steadfastly pursuing modernization on the path of peaceful development. Peaceful development is the consistent proposition of our party, as well as the unremitting pursuit and aspiration of the Chinese people. The Chinese people have created miracles of rapid economic development and long-term social stability with their diligence. They are willing to live in harmony and develop with people from all over the world, maintain and share peace, and promote common development. China has always been steadfast in pursuing the path of peaceful development, emphasizing win-win cooperation between China and the world, being a builder of world peace, a contributor to global development, and a maintainer of international order, promoting the construction of a community with a shared future for mankind, and jointly creating the miracle of human modernization.